How successful do you think the product is?
I think the product's really successful. What it does, being a psychological thriller, it definitely conveys every convention that it's supposed to have, and it actually does leave you questioning at the end what is happening, why this is.
Also, like where it kind of goes against what you'd see like typical conventions to have, and it kind of makes it look even more psychologically thrilling because it does subvert usual conventions.
I feel that throughout most of the short film it's placed in one room, and it kind of makes you think and really wonder why she's there, what's happening, what's going on. By the end of the short film you understand that it's in a way something to do with the girl who's in there and the woman. They're linked together, and that there's obviously some storyline there that's going to be shown.
What genre do you feel my product best fits into?
Psychological thriller. It can be both just a thriller or have the psychological element in it, because you start with her waking up outside in the dark and it ends up with her sitting in a room on a chair locked in, so it's kind of the element of the unknown, and it kind of messes with your mind to think like, wait, what's going on? I want to find out and watch more until the end when you realise she's stuck in this one place for the rest of her life.
I like how it definitely starts with like a thrilling sort of aspect to it, and then in the end it does have more of a psychological sort of feel to it, because you do feel like you question why this is happening. You do feel confused as well, and it does what it's intended to do properly.
And also because they have quite fragmented shots, I kind of feel like it's more based around psychology, but then the way it the pace where it slows down and it speeds up again, it shows more the thriller side. So I think it does kind of conform to both of them.
Do you think the plot is effective?
I think the plot is very effective, because I think if you had done it any other way, it wouldn't have had that same psychological element to it. Yeah, I think it's effective at showing what the story is and the message you're trying to come across through it.
I think if you hadn't have done the short film with your main character in the room, then it wouldn't have been the same. If it was just, I love how it's a small room as well. It's quite claustrophobic, and you've got nowhere to go. There's no windows, there's no doors. It's literally just locked in this one box that's got no natural light.
It does make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Also, I like the way that it's just centred around two people. It kind of shows an idea of like isolation, element of entrapment. Actually, yeah.
Which goes back to the small room.
Yeah.
Good.
The way you've used the black and white at the end to contrast the beginning in colour, it really shows how her connection between what she sees through the wall and where she ends up in the end. And I think if that was in colour, you wouldn't have felt that same vibe. So yeah, it's really effective.
Also, I quite like it's sort of like rather jump cutted, which I quite like that because it gives that idea of you don't know what's going on, you're kind of in this denial stage. I quite like that, yeah.
How do you think my three products work in synergy?
I think the three products work really well in synergy because you've used the conventions, the black and white colour, through all three aspects of the product. And I think the fact you used the same character in all three as well, and the way you've shot it as well, like in the double page spread where you've used an actual shot from the scene, it shows that connection to actually being from that film and from that trailer, and shows that it's not a photographed, like professional photograph thing. It shows an aspect of it.
Yeah, right.
Throughout all your three products, I find that the imagery you've used, especially you link it all back to her eye. So in your poster, you've got the image of her eye, and then you relate that back to finishing on your short movie on her eye, which I think gets quite personal because like direct eye contact is something that keeps the viewer interacted with the film. So yeah.
Good.